Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to convert VGen DEM IMG files to a usable Civil 3D topo data. So we're going to use Civil 3D and Autodesk Infraworks. So we're going to download the VGen data from the website. So first off, we're going to create an area of interest file of your project. So I just selected a kind of a random site near 288 and Polwhite Parkway in Chesterfield County. So my area of interest file is just a box. So I'm going to check the coordinate system, or set the coordinate system. So we're in Virginia Net 83 South foot, or feet. So we're going to export the area of interest file to a shape file. And I'm going to name it just area of interest, AOI. Make sure it's a Esri shape. Click OK. Select a line, select manually. Select the line. Hit OK. OK. So that's all we need for the moment. I'm going to the VGen aerial imagery website. Select the website and scroll down, and it'll kind of bump you at the bottom of the map here. So select the upper map here, hit OK, I agree, and zoom to the area. For this particular project, it's 2 downloads. There's 2 tiles. Each tile has a number of images, as you can see in the yellow, but we're going to select the blue and download the DEM files. And they're quite a few hundred megs each, so it may take a minute to download. So after they download, they're in a compressed file. So you can, I'm going to copy the files over. I'm going to extract the image files, or the IMG files, from the zip files. But I'm also going to copy all the image files to a single folder. This will be useful as we get into Autodesk Infraworks. As you can see here, I'm creating an all image folder. So I'm just going to select all, paste them into the all image folder. Select the second folder. Paste these into the image folder. Alright, so after we've done this, we're going to, I'm just kind of scrolling down to make sure everything is there. We're going to launch Autodesk Infraworks. And if you don't have Infraworks installed, just get with IT and they'll install it for you. I currently have Infraworks 2023 installed. So here we go. We're going to launch the project, or the app. And once you get in here, you can see a couple of projects I've used Infraworks on. You can see the thumbnails. We're going to start anew. It's pretty much going to give us a clean slate for the topography. I'm just going to call it Test Topo for the moment. We also need to set the coordinate system as well. So for the model extend, I'm going to use the area of interest file, shapefile that I've created. I'm going to select the area of interest, hit OK or open, and select the coordinates and just kind of use the default settings. Sometimes this takes a few minutes. Just depends on your internet connection, because it is cloud-based software. So once the software is open, or the project is open, it's pretty much going to be kind of a flat surface. You'll see the contour elevation, you'll see it'll say 0, 0. This may take a minute to process. Yeah, as you can see a couple of markers on the side. And we're going to connect some data, the image files that we downloaded from the VGen site. We're going to go down to raster. Navigate to the folder, the IMG files, and we're going to go to the all image folder. We're going to select all the folders, all the images at once. And the reason why I combined them, if you keep them in separate folders and add the images as two separate entries, it'll create a seam at the tile line. It'll be like a 10-foot gap. So combining them into one file works best. Okay, so when you bring them in, it's not configured. So as an image file, it could be used as a ground imagery or as a terrain. So we do need to set the coordinate system again. And as you can see there, the type, I want to use it as a terrain and not a ground imagery. And that's all we need to do. Hit close and refresh. And this will take a second to process. And the VGen data is actually quite nice, so you can see the after this processes, you can see how nice the contours turn out. And the reason why I'm using Infraworks is, not everyone has access to ArcMap to convert the IMG files. So we do have Infraworks for all the users in the office. So, like I said, get with IT if you would like to get it installed. Okay, so it's refreshing and generating the topography. And as you can see, it's nicely detailed. Just going to paint around for a little bit just to show you the detailing. We're ultimately going to export this back out into Civil 3D. And Infraworks and Civil 3D, you can link the drawings back and forth. So if you end up creating corridors or site grading, you can ultimately bring it back in and have them kind of mesh on top of each other. Or if you add additional data within Infraworks, you can bring that back into CAD or Civil 3D. Just panning around just to show the detail. Alright, I'm going to set it to my view to north and go up to present and share. I'm going to export it as an IMX file. It's a .imx. I'm going to use the entire model, make sure the coordinate system is set, and I'm just going to use the default name. It's imexport.imx. And so this is kind of a large area, so this will take a minute to export as well. And if you have a smaller project, the import and exports they'll not take as long. And once we get back into Civil 3D, I would create a model topo file in your Civil 3D model folder for this. But for this exercise, I'm just going to jump back into the area of interest file that I created. And again, make sure the coordinate systems match up between Civil 3D and InfraWorks, because that's kind of key. You'll get a notification within either or if you would like to use the coordinate system within either or. But all right, so we're going to jump back into Civil 3D, and on the ribbon, so yeah, relaunch the area of interest file. I'm going to make sure the coordinate system is set again, just to be sure. Okay, so to import the IMX file, go to the Insert tab on the ribbon and open InfraWorks Models. Click the open. I'm going to navigate to the IMX file. Just check the coordinate system, keep everything at default, hit Open Model. And again, depending on the size of the project, this will take a minute to import. But after it imports, this is going to be a completely usable Civil 3D file for your project. Import finished. And as you can see, it's a nice topo. I typically name my GIS surfaces to e.g. GISM, and I always add a description on where the data came from. You know, just if it's county or VGen or what have you. So I set it to 1 foot contours, and as you can see, it's quite nice for GIS data. So flipping it into Object Viewer, this takes a minute, but just because of the size of the surface. But you can paste this into a survey surface. If you're getting into visualization, you can also paste it into your finished grade surface to create one compiled surface. But as you can see, it's quite nice. It's a little laggy, so but yeah, that's pretty much it. You can create the data shortcuts for this and kind of rock on with the surface. If you have any, it's going to. This surface is pretty large, so it's going to create the MMX file. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Especially about InfraWorks, it's pretty intuitive and pretty easy to play with. So, thanks for watching.